everyone, it's Elliot, and this week's theme is something. So basically, the original idea for this week's theme was to talk about what in relation to Halloween scares you the most. Now, the thing is, I really like Halloween. I like being scared. I like scary movies. It's my favorite genre. So I was kind of confused as to what video to make, so I decided to kind of just do whatever, and this is basically what it is. It's like a vlog slash cooking video slash reading a scary story video slash singing video, some not even quite connected to each other, and some not even filmed on the same day. I have this video of me singing, and it's improv, and I kind of like it, so I want to share it, but I don't know when or where because you can't even see my face. I don't know, I'm gonna put it in here. I'm also gonna put kind of like a vlog of me getting the ingredients. Then I'm gonna make some vegan hot chocolate and decorate some already made peanut butter cookies. And then I'm gonna say or tell a scary story that I find on the internet because I don't know. So the story that I picked, if I still pick this story, is about arachnophobia. It's about spiders. So if you have severe arachnophobia, I recommend you don't watch this video because the scary story has to do with spiders. And I'm scared of spiders. I'm not scared of little ones, but I am scared of like moderate to large spiders. So that's something about Halloween that scares me, and I figured it at least connects somewhat to the theme. So without further ado, enjoy this random selection of clips for your entertainment.
I understand. Yes. Here you go. Here you go. It's this way. So we're getting the ingredients to make this stuff. Where this is.
Eso vale más caro.
What?
Eso vale más caro.
So these are.
It's so good. Not really a spooky cookie, but let's pretend that it is. Hi everyone, so I am here now. The sun has set or is setting, and so it's kind of dark in my room. I have some candles, I have some hot chocolate, I've got some peanut butter cookies, and I'm ready to tell a spooky story about the spider and spiders in general. So if you have arachnophobia, I don't recommend you watch this video if you have it like really bad. But I have a fear of spiders. I don't really have a phobia of spiders because I can deal with going outside and everything, so I don't avoid them, but I really don't want to be encountered with one. So this story is from scaryforkids.com and it is /spider. So this is not my own story. All credit goes to the author. I just wanted to make a spooky video for your entertainment. Okay, here we go. Mr. Avery was a traveling salesman. He was driving across the country trying to sell his products in every town he passed through. It was getting late and he needed to find somewhere to stay for the night, so he pulled over to the first hotel he saw. It was set far back from the road and it looked deserted. There were no other cars in the parking lot, but the lights were on in the lobby, so Mr. Avery went inside. At the front desk, he rang the bell, and after a little while, the manager emerged from the back room. There was something about the fat little man that put Mr. Avery off. He had a wide, slack mouth full of crooked teeth and beady little eyes that sparkled with meanness and malice. "It's the low season," the man said. "We don't get many visitors at this time of year, but don't worry, your room is ready and waiting." The man picked up Mr. Avery's suitcase and led him down the hallway to a small room at the end. The manager showed him around the room, explained that breakfast starts at 7 the next morning, then excused himself and returned to the front desk. Mr. Avery was very tired from his journey, so he decided to take a shower, but when he went into the bathroom, he noticed a small black spider sitting in the middle of the floor. Mr. Avery had a terrible fear of spiders. Just the sight of one was enough to make his stomach queasy. He stepped on it. As he ground it under his heel, he heard sickening cracking and squelching noises that made him want to throw up. When he turned on the light, he saw that there were 2 more of them in the bathroom, one on the wall near his head and another on the floor beside the toilet. He took off his shoe and, using it as a club, squashed both of them to a pulp. Taking off his clothes, Mr. Avery stepped into the shower. He was very careful to ensure that there were no other spiders hiding nearby. When he was finished, he dried himself off, wrapped a towel around him, and went into the bedroom. Getting into bed, he read a book for a while, and then, sometime before midnight, he switched off the lights and went to sleep. I wonder where this is going. I hate spiders. I can feel spiders on me. In the middle of the night, he was awakened by a faint scratching noise. Faint. That's better. Mr. Avery switched on the bedside lamp and looked around. The sound seemed to be coming from the corner of the room. There was something there lurking in the shadows between the ceiling and the wall, but in the dim light, he couldn't make out what it was. As he strained his eyes to see, the shadowy thing suddenly scuttled across the ceiling. Avery began shaking and letting out a strangled cry, horrified by what he saw. It was a spider, but it was unlike any spider he had ever come across. The thing was enormous. It had long, spindly legs that were at least 1 foot long and huge, furry body about the size of a large rat. Mr. Avery could hear the singing rustle of its legs that scuttled across the ceiling, getting ever closer. He thought he could hear it emitting a low, purring sound. As it edged into the light, he desperately looked around for something he could use as a weapon against the hideous-looking thing. There was nothing within reach. His hands were shaking, and a cold sweat was rolling down his forehead. Mr. Avery rubbed his eyes, hoping against hope that it was just another nightmare. The disgusting creature came closer and closer, and Mr. Avery saw that it had a wide, slack mouth filled with crooked teeth. All of a sudden, the spider launched itself at him, and before he had a chance to react, it was in his mouth, its hairy legs clawing at his ears, his fat, furry body covering his eyes and nose. Mr. Avery let out one terrified shriek after another as the spider sank its teeth onto his soft flesh, and he felt himself slipping into unconsciousness. The following morning, Mr. Avery did not appear for breakfast. His car had disappeared from the parking lot, and his room was freshly made up, ready and waiting for the next visitor. Poof! Okay, Okay, everyone, that is it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was kind of spooky. I know it wasn't the scariest story. When I was a kid, I used to read like this book, a collection of Carrie stories, and it was like black and it had creepy pictures. It was one of my favorite books, but it was also one of my least favorite books. Anyway, I will definitely see you next week on Our Mains. Goodbye.